What's up, Winject world? It's your buddy Adam, and I'm very excited to be here. We're a little bit late. Everything's been a little bit behind this week. First off, I want to thank everybody for the well wishes out there. A lot of you know I was in the hospital this last weekend, and the whole week has been a little bit on delay mode. I've been catching up. I am good. My heart rate is stabilized. I'm going to have a little surgery at the end of April to fix me up, but I'll be good as new. So I appreciate all of the well wishes first and foremost. Today, we may or may not be joined by somebody to do a little spotlight. Again, apologies for being a little off the norm this week, but I do have something to teach you this week. And I want to teach you a little bit about dealing with download number shame. If you don't know me from my other shows, I've got a show called Podcasting Business School, and I just put out an episode earlier this week about this topic. And I've had a huge response because this is a major issue in the podcasting space where podcasters are ashamed by the lack of download numbers, their own perceived lack of I'm not doing very well. You know, Joe Rogan does 100 million downloads an episode, and I don't even do 100. I don't even do 10. My mom doesn't even listen. So I wanted to speak on that a little bit, speak some truth. I'm an open book when it comes to my download numbers. I'll open up my Libsyn account and I will show people live action, and it is what it is. And the thing that I want all podcasters to realize is that good, bad, or ugly, lying about your numbers doesn't help you in any way, shape, or form. It'll boost your ego up a little bit. You know, if somebody goes, how many downloads you doing? Oh, 1 million. Oh, 100,000 an episode, 10,000 an episode. I had somebody early on that just said, tell everyone you do at least 3,000 downloads an episode. Just fake it till you make it. And that might help your ego, but it doesn't help anything else. It doesn't help that podcaster that's looking to you for inspiration. It doesn't help, with sponsorship relationships, because they will check your actual numbers. Like, they don't just trust you. Oh, Adam said he does 10,000 downloads an episode or 100,000 an episode. Let's just trust them. Like, if somebody's going to pay you sponsorship money, they're going to check. They want screenshots. They want, access to see the behind the scenes with your RSS feed to see actually how many downloads you are doing. So that's the first thing that I want to put out there. The second thing I want to do is paint a picture with some stats that I think will help you quite a bit as far as seeing where you actually stand in the big scheme of things. All right. So these are stats, and these are a couple months old, but they're always very close to these numbers. These are stats from my friend Rob Walsh at Libsyn, and Libsyn is the largest and the oldest podcast hosting service. So he knows podcast download numbers. He sees my numbers. He sees if you host on there, like, he can access your numbers. And so he isn't like naming names or anything, but he broke down the percentages of like where you stand if you do a certain amount of downloads. So if you release an episode into the wild, and after 30 days, it has 133 downloads, 133 after 30 days. All right. That puts you in the top 50% of all podcasts. They almost, there's, I think, 1.8 million podcasts or something like that. Out of all those, you're in the top 50%. So you're in the top 900,000 podcasts if your episode does 133 downloads. Now, I know a lot of you are thinking 133, that doesn't sound like much, but that's just in your head. And the first thing I'll point out is, what if every week 133 ideal prospects came to your house? They came to you. You don't even have to travel to them. They packed into your basement and they wanted to hear what you had to say. Or what if you traveled once a week and spoke on a stage in front of 133 people every week? Would you think that was cool? I would. I'd be down. So this is even better. Like, we're just opening up the mic. We flip that blue button to get it going. We spit some fire, and then we get to, have people listen in. So 133 downloads after 30 days, top 50%. Let's go the next step. If you do 1,000, that's kind of the next big number, 1,000 downloads after 30 days. That puts you in the top 20% of all podcasts, top 20%. I know some of you listening in are already doing that. I talk to people all the time. They're doing 1,000 downloads an episode. Very reachable, very doable. You don't have to have a giant audience to hit those kinds of numbers. And you're doing better download wise than 80% of the podcasts that exist. All right. So people like Joe Rogan and true crime podcasts, all these, those are like the 0.1% of the 1%. All right. So we're already at 1,000 downloads an episode, better than 80% download wise of all the podcasts out there. If you're gonna get top 10%, you need 2,900 after 30 days. Top 5% is 6,900 downloads after 30 days. Top 2% is 19,000. Top 1% is 33,000. These aren't giant six-figure numbers on downloads, but those are the numbers that we all hear. And the real danger zone is those are all the numbers that we're comparing ourselves against. So, Joe Newbie podcaster launches his show, and after 7 episodes, he has 17 downloads, and he's like, epic fail. I suck. I'm not doing 1 million downloads. The underwear companies aren't calling me yet. I don't even have a mattress company calling me yet. No mushroom coffee. I'm not selling anything. I haven't made millions of dollars yet. And they pod fade. All right. They quit before their dream has had any chance to just kind of like that seed hasn't even germinated yet. All right. So my challenge to all podcasters is come up with a list of 52 things you can talk about or a combination of topics and guests that you want to interview. That way you have content for a year and don't quit for the first year. You got to put in reps for a full year before you even think about quitting because you haven't let the idea take shape yet. You haven't let your audience gain trust in you yet. And you haven't been able to connect with that audience properly yet. I talked to 4 podcasters yesterday, and all of them are about a year in, and every single one of them is rebranding their show. And I think they're all coming back better than the original idea. That happens a lot. We put in reps for a year, and we go, you know what, this is going well, but I think if this little tweak is made, I think it's really going to take off. So keep that in mind. Real briefly, as we wrap up here, I always say I talk real numbers. And so from January 2020, I'm going to give you my real numbers for my show. Oop, there it is. Boop, right there. Podcasting Business School, which I do well with. Like it's a good show. It's we are in good numbers, but like you'll hear my numbers and go, they aren't huge, but it's monetizing. Like I earn money off of it and I build great relationships off of it. So back in 2020, I did January of 2020, I did 607 downloads total for the month, 607 total. All right. So I wasn't even at that 133 per episode. Yeah. Well, I was over that. So I was still top 50% of all podcasts, but 607, that doesn't sound like anything. By January of 2021, I was at 6,675. So we had 10x the downloads, which I'm super proud of, but 6,000 isn't a giant number for a month. Not at all. But am I earning money off that show? Yes. Do I have sponsors? No. Do I sell other things? Yes. Which we'll be teaching you guys all through the Winject Studios process and the programs that we have. But like that is a real number. That's why I'm not telling you I'm doing 60,000 or 6 million, because then you think that's the expectation. If you hear that number 6,600 for January, you think, I could do that too. Or, that isn't that much. Good. Go out and do it. Like build that kind of audience. It is achievable. It's very doable. I didn't come into this with a huge following. I'm not like a superstar. I'm not Will Ferrell. I'm not going to slap my big face on the art and go, and everybody's going to recognize me and sign up and hit that subscribe button. It's just not going to happen. I had to build that. I had to bootstrap it. I had to just grind. I had to hustle. I had to put in reps, and I stopped, it's my tagline for the show. In January of 2020, I made a decision to stop treating that show like a hobby and start treating it like a business, giving it the business attention that it deserved. And we 10x'd and we monetized, and good things are happening. So those are real numbers. I'll share them with you anytime you want. You ask me, I will tell you. I'll show you my libs and stats. Now, last thing, as far as like what really helped me 10x was the niche, like really diving into, okay, I'm not talking about all aspects of podcasting. I'm not talking about what mic to use. I'm not talking about how to launch a show. Podcasting Business School. If my guest is coming on, they've got to be able to teach from a podcasting perspective some sort of a business lesson, like marketing, like social media, like how to grow your show, how to monetize, how to do online courses, how to coach, whatever. It's got to be a business aspect. Or if I'm on there teaching, it's me coaching or me teaching on a business aspect. I've niched down with my health show. I call this one a double niche because I went from £1 Million Mission, which is weight loss, to low carb hustle, which is we entered the low carb niche. And the hustle component is we're talking to entrepreneurs in the low carb niche. That's even smaller audience, but we'll monetize this so much more effectively because we're speaking to the exact right person that we can help out. So, but then that always, in my experience, creates a download surge because they're going out and telling all their friends they're the exact right listener as well, that ideal listener avatar. And they are, they're sharing the episodes out because they know they'll help those people out too. So if you guys want to check out that episode, it's episode 163 of Podcasting Business School. I do a little bit more of a deep dive on dealing with download number shame. You should not have any shame about anything. A lot of people don't get in the game. They podcrastinate. They never hit the go button on their show. And all their hopes and dreams and things that they want to teach, all the lessons that they want to share with their audience aren't getting out there. So if you flip on the microphone, you hit go, good for you. I don't care if it's 1 download or 1 million downloads. You are out there outside of your comfort zone, putting yourself out there, and good things will happen if you keep putting in reps, keep figuring it out. You'll do it wrong 17 times, but it only counts. You hit that one time that you do it right. You find your groove and you grow. All right, my friends, I appreciate you. Again, thanks for all the well wishes out there. I'm feeling so much better. And Team Winject for the win. We will see you next week. Carlum, drop the mic. Let's go.
This podcast is part of the Winject Studios network, where podcasters come together to focus on community, collaboration, and collective impact. For more information on how to apply to join the network, go to www.winject.com. That's WINJECT.com. If you're ready to make a difference through podcasting, then we're ready to see you.